Effie, can we please do today's prompt really quickly? Because I want to have my snacks here now. Effie, where are you? Are you kidding me? What are you doing in the package of my snack for today? Huh? What are you doing there? Come out. It's my snack. Holy moly. I mean, and what happened to this? I mean, here's so much missing already. And the package, I mean, what happened to the package? I want to use the package in my journal. What have you done with the package? You haven't done anything to the package? Well, I think in this case, he's right. And he says the truth. This time, this was my fault. Welcome, it's Luise Heinzel. Welcome to DEPHEMEREMBER 2023. And this is my German prompt list. What's happening here? I'm a little bit confused. Let's take this one. Today's prompt is forgotten snacks. So we are going to have a snack today, and this is so exciting because when I thought about forgotten snacks and what is a forgotten snack for me, I immediately had these choco thingies here in my mind. I think if you would translate this to English, it would mean chocolate lentils, because the shape is like lentils but way bigger. And these are chocolate inside, and outside this is some kind of, yeah, mint, like eucalyptus thing. Not really. Oh no. How is this called in English? Yeah. Here it says chocolate dragées. I don't know if I say that word right, but the correct translation would be lentils. Linsen, that's, yeah, lentils. Yeah. So here, the ingredients. Don't say the English word for this outer part, but it's like menthol. It's like mint, like a really fresh mint dragée or something, and they are really, really tasty. But the color, I mean, you can see the color palette for today's project already. White is not so crazy. There's this chocolate inside, but this color and these colors here on the package make me a little bit nervous. And I really don't know who has designed the package for these thingies, because look, it's biting each other so much. And I think this package doesn't really fit to these. But I found the perfect page in my DEPHEMEREMBER journal to make something dedicated to those chocolinsen. Do you want one? I want to create a tag today, and I want to include not only the colors of these little things and the package, but also the package itself. So let's see how we can do that. When I was searching for a page I could use to create today's idea, I came across this page, and I think you can immediately see what I thought when I saw this crazy sewing, which I got from sewing these pieces onto this page here, the butterfly, and also, no, not the butterfly is not sewn, Luise. The butterfly is glued, but this here around the dragonfly and also the other elements and this square here, I've sewn onto the page, and then on the back side I got this. And this is perfect. I mean, we have an abstract package here, somehow, and we have these circles in here, and I mean, these chocolinsen are in such a package as well. Can we make something with this? So the first challenge is to find the right colors. We have this pink thing and we have white. White is not the problem because we have a lot of white here on the page. We just have to leave some white spaces and we would have white. But what is this, please? And we also have this from the package. Oh, and this is just so crazy, but I want to make this work with all of these colors that we have here. I will first ignore this here for my background. So, I mean, the colors on this package. And I want to try to find a matching color for this pink here. I have taken out my swatch box to be able to do that. If you have never seen this, there's a whole playlist about this box and how I made it. I have swatched all of my Ranger mediums in here. Every color of the Ranger palette has such a little booklet where I swatched the different mediums I have from that color. Of course, you can do this with any other brand as well. It doesn't have to be Ranger. The playlist about this and how I made it is linked down below in the description box. So let's start here on the very front because it starts here with spun sugar. So that is, you know, close to what we need here. But, so this on the front of the booklet is the oxide ink of spun sugar. It's a little bit light, but it has something that this little lentil also has. I have to choose the words that I can say. And the oxide spray also has something of this, I guess, but it's a little bit light, isn't it? So let's have this in mind and let's go on with the next color, which is Kitsch Flamingo. And this is more what we need, I would say. So the oxide ink of Kitsch Flamingo is relatively close. The oxidation is even closer to this thing than like without water. But my problem is the only medium from Kitsch Flamingo I have is the oxide ink pad. Let's see if we can do something with that. And then the next color in the Ranger palette is Picked Raspberry, but I think that that is already too intense for what's on here, and with the package it's, you know, totally not matching. So I'm going to try both of these, Spun Sugar and Kitsch Flamingo, because the colors that come behind here are also not really what we need. Tattered Rose is, look, way too tattered. Then we already have Saltwater Taffy, which is also not what we need. This is way too yellowish, I would say. And then we already come into these like coral colors, like one lipstick, Abandoned Coral. It's way too, this is way too orange, somehow way too red. And then we already have the reds here. We will probably need a red later for the packaging, but I first want to do the background with these colors here. So let's see. I have my Kitsch Flamingo oxide ink pad here, and I have Spun Sugar oxide spray. And what I also have taken out is my watercolor pencil Kitsch Flamingo, and my crayon Spun Sugar. Don't know if I will need that, but it's good to have it here as an option, I would say. And what I also have taken out is the mica stain spray Winterberry, because I think that that is a nice color to imitate this plastic of the packaging because of the mica in here and the color of the mica. I think that could fit really well. And another thing that I have taken out is my Ground Espresso Distress Crayon, because we need something for the chocolate. Yeah. Oh, and what I also have is Walnut Stain Oxide ink. I will explain later why I have that and why I have this really giant brush here. Because my plan is, if you take one of these and you, one of the pink ones, and you bite through them. Oh, that's not so easy to do. Sorry, that worked not so well. Oh, I nearly lost my teeth. Holy crap. The chocolate is inside, in the middle, so in the center. Then there's this white layer. And on the very outside, there's this pink layer. And I want to imitate that here, really abstract, with the colors in these circles. Oh, let's take this first. Going to scribble a little bit of that to the circle here. Then I'm going to take a water brush. I will not talk. I will just do it, okay? We have to leave this white for this white layer, and we can make this pink with Kitsch Flamingo. This is the weirdest thing I have ever done on camera, I can tell you. So then I want to try something with the mica stain spray. Let's see if that works. I want to take a piece of collage fodder because I want to spritz my stencil now, but not you, Effie, and not my snacks here, to get a negative impression of the stencil to my background here. Oh, and perhaps I should tell you the number of this stencil. It's THS 037, relatively old stencil by Stampers Anonymous and Tim Holtz. And I have chosen this. I mean, this is obvious, isn't it? Because of these round things. I know that these circles are not all the same size, but these have all the same size, but I couldn't find another stencil that would work better, so I thought, why don't we try this one? I mean, this is not very realistic as well. So I'm going to spritz this. Then I want to take that and I want to make some marks here to my background. And to be honest, I want to have more of this. I want to have this background relatively busy and crazy. This is approximately what I had in my head. So now I want to dry this. So this is nearly dry. My stencil is still covered with the mica stain spray, and I want to use this as a special effect here on my page. I want to put this on here, and now I want to take this really big brush. This is dry and this is clean, and I want to use walnut stain oxide ink. I've chosen this instead of my walnut stain oxide ink brush because this is bigger and I can do this a little faster. And the other thing is I have a brush for each color of my inks and oxide inks, and I don't want to contaminate those. I will take this because this is still wet, and I'm going to load this up with some ink, and then I want to smear the walnut stain ink through the stencil. And I say smear because it takes the mica stain automatically also into this pattern of the stencil. And now, of course, this brush has mica stain spray on it as well. Before I load up this brush again with new ink, I'm going to take this and rub this over a dry paper towel to make sure that I don't contaminate my ink pad. This looks nice somehow, but this here in the middle, I mean, looks like Effie had some problems with his stomach, and this is the result. I'm not so happy with that. That's probably because it's the only thing that is so dark. I mean, here are more brown things. So I'm thinking perhaps we can take a few of these circles here and put some crayon on them. Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's see. And I think if you eat these choco lentils, then when the package is empty, then you sometimes have these tiny pieces, like these crumples, in yeah, on the bottom of the package. So I want to splatter a little bit with brown here. I also do that, of course, to make this background a little bit more interesting, but this reminds me to what's left in the package once the package got empty. So the plan is to let this dry now, and later on I want to make a pocket from this package here, and into that pocket I want to put a tag. So we have to make the tag next. I'm going to let this dry, and here I want to use the same stencil like before without cleaning it, because we won't see the leftovers of the mediums here later, because I want to use some texture paste opaque now. I don't want this to be too thick so that it can slide into my pocket later relatively easily. So I'm going to try to get this as thin as possible, and then I want to take this off. Then it looks like this, and since I have relatively much of the paste here left on my spatula, I can take this, I think, and make some additional dots here to the background. So this is nearly completely dry. And now I want to take this as a reference to get approximately this color to this tag. Oh, I'm a little bit afraid. But I want to start with my spun sugar oxide spray. And perhaps I should put this out of the way, otherwise I can't eat it anymore later. And Effie, please go away as well. So let's spray some of the spray on here. That is already relatively good, but I want to have it a little more intense, and I also want to have a lot of the liquid of the spray here, because now I want to take some winterberry mica stain spray to add that here, and I don't want to have this spritzed look of it, just like this. And yeah, now the struggle is real, because look at this package, look at the tag. When this is dry, it's nearly like this. It doesn't look like it could be like that now, but please believe me, that will happen. But what about this color here, this purple and this red? That is really, really difficult, especially because I want to have the mediums like going into each other, and I don't want to have those like blobs on the tag, because I want to have these circles standing out in the end. And because of that, I need something that I can spray. I don't want to have the medium here on my media mat and then dip that into the medium, because that gives not the effect that I have in my head. So I have searched for mediums that I have in these colors. This purple is like some kind of seedless preserves, which is a little different, but I would say it's a mixture of seedless preserves and villainous potion, and this red comes relatively close to candied apple. But the only mediums I have are like paint, and that is a problem. So I have chosen something else. I have chosen Dusty Concord Spray Stain and Omnia's Twilight Mica Stain. And now you will think, what the heck, that can't work. But I thought with the oxide spray and this liquid mica stain spray below, this could perhaps work. So don't think about this, Louise, just do it. Please just do it. Don't think about it. I know this is not the same, but perhaps it's also not so important to have exactly the same color like on the package, but something that will match in the end. And that is what I thought when I have chosen these colors. Then let's dry this a little bit. This is not completely dry yet, but the struggle is so real at the moment here. This turned out so amazing. I mean, this thing itself, but it's not what I wanted, because, you know, the mediums look different when they are dry. But look at these gorgeous effects here around the circles. The mica is there and you can see it there. It has this really gorgeous shine. But these colors are not what I wanted. It has mixed too much. And I thought, okay, it could mix, and then I could add some more layers to make it match. But now I like this so much that I'm afraid to put something else on it and to ruin it or get something that I don't like anymore. But the problem is it doesn't fit to the background so well, as you can see. And it really doesn't fit to this. It's a problem because we need more red somehow. I'm okay with this purple. This is like a combination where I could live with. It's a combination I could live with, but holy crap. Oh my goodness. The rest is a catastrophe. And I don't know if it's a bigger catastrophe that it doesn't fit, or that I have to add something here now to make it fit. So, what can we do? We need a little bit of the winterberry, and I guess also more of spun sugar. I can layer the oxide on this. So let's do that to make it more connected to the background somehow. It gets better. But do you know what I also had taken out for the red here? This tart cranberry mica stain spray. And now you will probably think, what is she thinking? Crazy accident or what? Because when I add this, it really looks like a crazy car accident. I'm sorry for that comparison, but you know, it's crazy. It's just crazy, but it fits this. What would Barbara say in this moment? Correct. Something like, I'm sorry, Barbara, but this is exactly what it looks like. Like, First of all, I think we should take this and make the pocket so that we can have an imagination of this thing. I want to take this to my sewing machine and sew over here. So let's think about a backing for the tag and also something that makes the frame more popping out. And I have found something that I think could work here. And that's this paper bag, which is like a faux map. And I thought if I put this behind here with leaving a little frame, could work really well, because it's nearly the color that we have here, which is walnut stain there in the background. But before I back this with this, I want to bite into my choco lentils. Chocolate lentils. I always don't know how to say that. Where is my thing? I want to use this here to bite into the tag. Yummy. So then, look, this is what I meant. When I put it in here now, one half of the circle is disappearing behind the pocket and the other half of the circle is here, approximately. Because now I want to put this behind here so that we can see this material through the hole of the tag. I've also sewn around this circle here. I'm so sorry. It's not good when you try to make a video which already stresses you a little bit. And then you talk to someone on WhatsApp and the person is making jokes which you can't handle at the moment, but you have to laugh about the jokes because, you know, the jokes are funny. But at the same time, excuse me, please. But at the same time, you think, I don't want to hear these jokes at the moment, but I want this to work and to be harmonious. And that is something that kills my nerves and brings me to yeah, makes me laugh, but at the same time I want to cry a little bit, because look, what is this? We have to make this work somehow. So I'm taking some crayon to make the frame of this, oh, not the frame, the edges of this a little darker. That is relatively funny. I'm so sorry. Sometimes she's also a junk journaler, and sometimes you have those problems. I mean, do you know those problems where you think you won't have those problems without junk journaling? And it's so funny because I have a problem here as well. And some other people would say, where is your problem? I can't see your problem. And it's the same with her. I can't see her. I mean, I can see what she sees as a problem, but I can say that is not really a problem. Yeah, so don't let it wreck your nerves. And she's like, it's the biggest problem in the world. And it doesn't help if I show her this, because yeah, for her, this is not a problem. So to make this even more into a problem, I want to add a piece of this lace. Perhaps you know this lace from being on my head on a photo for Instagram. When we had our last Instagram chat, DEPHEMEREMBER chat with Barbara, in the end you have suggested that I should put a pink bow to my head, or I I don't want to lie because the suggestion was a little different. Someone wanted to make a pink bow for me, and then I said, we are in this community and perhaps we can make this, so do a little DEPHEMEREMBER trend and put a pink bow onto our forehead and then take a photo and post that to Instagram. And I'm so thrilled about how many of you have done that. I mean, that was just so spontaneous. For me, it was totally funny. Barbara was not so amused about that in the first moment. But I'm really proud that she posted a photo as well. Proud of her, I mean. Because she, yeah, it was not her thing. But she did it, and that is really, really cool. And so many of you have done that as well. So I thought, and this is, I record this video a few days after that Instagram live. So this was still laying on my desk. And I thought, this has to go here somewhere. And this is the only prompt where it could fit. And I think this matches relatively well. And it bites this red, I know that, but I think if we put more colors to this page that are biting each other, then it's going to become really good. If you want to see the photos with the pink bows that the other people and myself have posted, and Barbara, the other people and myself and Barbara, how does that sound? You know what I mean. Then use the hashtag pink bow for Louise, and if you want to watch the replay of the Instagram live, you will find the link down below in the description box. So I want to put this circle here with a little distance so that we see this brown thing here, but I want to back that with some of this collage fodder here, and at the same time I want to have this attached to the tag like this, so that then when you take it out, this goes with the tag, and when you put it back, it goes like so. So here we go. You can see that the sewing is a little bit above of this invisible line from the pocket here, so that this stops here now. I mean, it stops also because the pocket is ending here, yeah? But I wanted this to be loose so that it can slide over the pocket, because I want to put a focal point to the circle here. And can you guess what I want to use? If you have a project where you think, what is this? Or the situation where Barbara says, then there's only one thing that you could choose for a focal point that makes this into a masterpiece. What is that? Correct. Butterflies. Butterflies. I want to put some butterflies here. This makes it even more terrible, because this brown and this brown can't work. I'm hoping to find a butterfly, or actually 3 butterflies, which have this red. For example, this one. Now you think, perhaps you think, here is blue, a color that we don't have here yet, but wait, just wait. Is this the same one? Oh yes, that looks not so nice. I want to have a different one. If you are in the need of butterflies, then you can find these and many more butterflies as a fuzzy cut ephemera pack in my shop, and you can save you can save 30% on my fuzzy cut butterflies by using this code here. The links are down below in the description box, and the code is valid until the end of January 2024. And since this is the center of this whole thing, I also want to add some thread. And while I'm doing that, I can already think about black splatters, because I have the feeling that we need some black splatters in the background. But I don't want to splatter to the butterfly wings in black. That would make no sense to me in this case, because then it gets even more black. I mean, the butterfly itself would get even more black. So I thought it could be better to first splatter here and then glue the butterflies. Here, this is the middle, I mean the center. So I'm going to put some tiny, tiny, tiny splatters on the butterfly here, so that it later on stands out a little bit better, but it's just the tiniest bit. So here we go. I have glued both of these down as well, and I think now I really like it. Sounds a bit weird, but I like it. But I also want to add a quote, and for that I have taken this. This is called Big Talk, and it's the snarky Big Talk Snarky Tim Holtz ideology. And I thought perhaps we can choose a white one, because white, you know, the last one is white. Relax, we are all crazy. It's not a competition. I think that fits really well. So here we go. I will probably change the order of my pages later when I have finished all of the prompts, but for now this can stay here. And this was really hard. Perhaps you want to let me know if you had such a hard time as well, or if it was easier for you. So let's make a little cross here, and if you want, we are going to see tomorrow with the next prompt, which is spaghetti box window. And if you want to ask me now what the heck is a spaghetti box window, I have no idea, but we will figure that out together tomorrow. And please don't forget to watch Barbara's video on her channel today, where she's showing you another idea for today's prompt. And have a very great and creative day. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.